if you were to make a list of the most important things in your life, what would be the top five things on that list? Like, really, write that in the comment section below. If you were to write the most important things in your life today, the things that you value the most, on the top five, what would that be? What would that be? Now, I ask that because as you realize, if I were to tell you to compare that to a list, if you had a list 5 years ago, it would look different. 10 years ago, it would look even more different. It would continue to look, I wouldn't say less superficial. That's not always true. But I would tend to think that the things that you value as you get older, they do tend to change. Now, I ask that because as you get near the age of 30 or past that age, you begin to understand how important it is to be healthy, right? Now, before we start, what's going on, journalist family? Irvin Felix Sean with the Fitness Journals, where I provide education, entertainment, and authenticity to the calisthenics game. And I just want to talk. I want to have this conversation because as I look around, I start to see a lot of people, younger people, dying from things that are more related to older people, right? Heart failure, getting diabetes, things like that. And it tends to be people within my age range. So if you were to write that list, what would be on that list? And don't just write what you think you should write. Be honest, like reflect, look at it. Look at your life and say, what are the most important things to me? Is it my job? Do I have kids? Is it my family? Is it my car? Is it my house? Is it my traveling? Things like that. What is the most important? For me, above all, health goes on top of the list, right? Because when you're healthy, it makes everything else easier to do. And if you're, I'm not gonna say everyone has their opinion, but if you disagree, I would tend to think that you're probably not in pretty good shape. Before you're 30, things tend to be like, oh, I'm young, I have energy, I don't need to do this, I don't need to focus on my health, I'm gonna be like this forever. And fortunately for me, I was raised in a family, in a household where health was at the top priority, right? It was major. So I never really thought health shouldn't be something that everyone, a vast majority of people neglect. I never thought that to be, a thing because, like I said, in my household, that's what I grew up around. Both of my parents are still vegan. Actually, they're vegan. They follow that lifestyle, and I'm not vegan currently, and I don't want to get into that whole debate. If you've been here for a while, you kind of know where I stand on that. But just listen to what I'm saying. Putting your health first. Are you doing anything within your day that proves that you value the importance of having a healthy body, healthy mind, all those things? Are you exercising for at least 5 to 30 minutes a day? Right? And you're like, 5 to 30 minutes, I can't do anything significant in 5 to 30 minutes. That is completely wrong if you believe that, and that's not your fault. Right? Social media kind of perpetuates that, you got to be in the gym going hard for hours nonstop. And if you have a family, if you have other major responsibilities, that's just not realistic. So I get it. I get why a lot of people, when they reach out, they're like, Irv, I want to work out, but, in order to get on your level, I got to start training first before I can even ask you for help. And it's like, no, if you're not an athlete, if you're not a social media fitness influencer, if your life doesn't revolve around fitness as a profession, then I don't expect you to be able to dedicate hours and hours and hours every day to getting in shape, right? Health and fitness should not rule your life, it should integrate into it. So it's incredibly unrealistic to think that, if you have, like I said, major responsibilities in your life, working for maybe 10 to 12 hours a day, it's unrealistic to think that you can go now and train for 2 hours and do that every day. If you can't maintain the level of intensity that you enter your exercise journey with, and not in every case, but normally speaking, if you hit the ground running, one weekend you're going crazy, you're working out an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. If you begin with that type of intensity, you're not going to continue. And once again, this is about being realistic. Yes, you can set major goals. If you never had a six-pack before, that might be a major goal for you. That's not the point I'm trying to make. You can definitely set those goals, but you have to understand it's not necessarily the goal that is unrealistic, it's the time frame that you set. So if you're like, I want to get a six-pack in 6 weeks, and you've never had one before, not really realistic. Is it possible? You're kind of pushing the borders of reality there, and I don't think that's a goal that you should set if you really are invested in reaching and achieving something like that. But the point I'm making is understand your lifestyle. Understand it. Understand the long game. If you're not in pretty good shape before you're 30, you're handicapping yourself. And to my people who are over 30, that doesn't mean, well, now I'm over 30, so forget it. No, like the saying goes, the best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the next best time is this very moment right now, right? So the problem with a lot of people is they get excited, and they're like, I want to do this and I'm going to do this. And they just jump into it, and they don't have a plan. They don't have accountability. They don't have a structure. And think about it. If you've gone from doing nothing at all for the past 5-6 years, and yes, you could have the willpower to say, look, I know that my health is out of whack and, I'm not fit and everything. You could have the willpower to say, I'm going to get up and I'm going to start doing this every day. But the point I'm trying to make, you want to work smart, not just hard. Hard work definitely can allow you to get to that goal, but the way to ensure that you efficiently get there, not burn yourself out and make it so it's not enjoyable and you dread every time you have to go in and work out. If you have to dread it, then it's not gonna be sustainable. So creating a structure and approach that fits your lifestyle, that fits your mentality, that fits your personality, that's very important. It's very important to consider those things. Before you're 30, if you aren't 30 yet, you should be significantly investing in your health and wellness. It makes it way easier the older that you get, right? It shouldn't be up for negotiation. And this doesn't mean you have to abandon your professional life or your hanging out. People see like people in the gym and think, oh man, that's all they do. People think, how you work out every day for hours? And I'm like, no, I literally work out for 30 minutes, 5 days a week, sometimes a little bit less. And to be honest, even if I'm not getting 30 minutes, I'm getting something. I do something that involves health, right? Whether it's stretching or something. And remember, health isn't just eating your greens and high protein and doing push-ups. It's deeper than that. When we're looking at holistic wellness, we're looking at every aspect, things that bring on undue stress, finances, relationships, all these different things. Getting these things under control, to be honest, it starts with physical fitness. I like to believe that. If you have the discipline to put yourself through physical pain so you can see a result that you want, you can really do anything, right? Physical pain. You're getting down to do push-ups, you're doing pull-ups, you're doing squats, you're running, and it's not easy. If you've ever pushed yourself in a workout, you understand that it's deeper than just wanting to see bicep muscle or tricep, things like that. It's deeper than that. And if that's the only reason you're doing it, it's not likely that you're gonna maintain that in the long run, right? Once you're kind of like, okay, I've had this six-pack for a while, the vanity of it, I'm kind of tired of it, then you're probably it's not that big of a deal, and fall off and go in a totally different direction, right? No, if you really understand, I'm doing this for my health. I'm doing this because I understand life is short. I'm not going to be here forever. I'm not going to be here for a long time. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything that I can within my control to preserve the health that I have now. Right? And unless you were born with, some autoimmune disease or something where where you were set back from the beginning, you have no excuse. And even people who are set back, if they truly understand, look, I need to really take care of my health, they do exercise extra precaution as it relates to their health and wellness. So, maybe there's certain things they can't eat, or, things like that they have to avoid, and blah, blah, blah. But if you are in great health, you were given that slate from the beginning, and you think that is going to be maintained forever by, you just doing what you're doing every day, no, that's not the case. Especially if you're progressively moving in the opposite direction of what health and wellness is. If you're, stressing out, if you're going to sleep late or getting late, shorter hours of sleep, if you're eating anything, all types of fatty foods, you're not getting your appropriate vitamins and minerals, it's only a matter of time before those things catch up to you. And after 30, those things start to snowball. So if you are in the position now, and like I said, even if you're over 30, if you're just knocking on the door of 30, you just got over 30, or maybe even getting closer to 40, and you have taken care of your health previously, I want to hear your feedback. Tell me what you have to say about the fact, if you were taking care of your health early on in your life, what kind of benefits are you seeing? Have you seen that has carried over as you're getting older? Right? So keep that in mind. I just feel compelled to say this. Why? Because I'm about to be 30, right? I'm 28 as of now. My birthday is in March, so I'll be turning 29. That's one more year to 30, right? And the time that flies by so fast. Like, if around the time when I first started documenting my fitness journey, I was 18. I was 17, 18 when I started documenting my journey, and here I am, literally 10 years, almost 11 years down the line of me actually, taking my fitness and health and fitness seriously. And I can say that I'm just warming up. I'm just getting started. I don't see myself ever stopping. Right? And it takes time to get to that point, but it's important to have the self-realization and the awareness of why it's important to you. Why is it truly important to you? And unfortunately, for some people, they'll never really truly understand that until it's too late. And I just don't want that to be, you, if you're watching the video. I don't want you to be like, I wish I had done this when I was aware of it, when I first was made aware of it. I wish I had started before. Don't let that be you, right? It's not easy. It's not easy, and it's not meant to be easy. But really, when you have a structure, when you have a plan, it's simple. It's simple. Showing up is people say getting started is the hardest part, and I disagree with that, because there's so many people who have started and have never finished. Like, they start and then that's it. Day one, and then they fall off after that, because I truly believe that they don't understand why they're actually doing it. If it's just for a six-pack, that's not going to cut it. If you have kids and the doctor said, hey, in order for your kid to survive, in order for your kid to be alive next month, you have to do 100 push-ups a day. Guess what? Even if you never had done 100 push-ups in your life, you're going to find every human way possible to do 100 push-ups every day. It's like, I don't care what I have to do. Even if I end up dying from it, I'm going to do everything possible. And think about that, right? Like, that's obviously an extreme example, but think about it. If you do have kids or someone that you have to look after, your parents, whatever it is, and if you're not taking care of your health now and you end up leaving prematurely because of something you could have controlled, in essence, that's a similar type of situation, just, obviously in an extreme sense. But keep that in mind. We're in a new year now, and every time, a new year enters, people are like, oh yeah, this is my time. It's my time to shine and blah, blah, blah. If there's going to be anything that is your time for, it's to take care of your health and wellness. Really, that's what it is. So keep that in mind. And of course, if you need help getting started, you can always reach out. You can always ask me for help. There's probably something in the description below that provides those resources if you are really serious about getting in shape. You know, if you're still debating it and you're like, oh, I don't care about that, I'll wait till it's too late, then, you know, obviously that's your choice. No one can force you to do anything. But if you are serious and you're like, I really do want to take care of my health and wellness, I really want to make the commitment and I do want to see this through, then of course, I would be more than happy to help you guys out there, right? So keep that in mind. Please, 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 if you're not 30 yet, start paying attention, extra attention to your health and wellness. And if you're past 30, keep doing what you're doing if you're already in shape. And if you're not, start now. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago. The next best time is this very moment right now. Remember, you're the youngest you'll ever be at this current moment in time. You'll never be younger again. So I don't understand what you'd be waiting for. Time is not on your side. Unfortunately, we're here for a short period of time. When we really look at the grand scheme of things, 70 years, if you end up getting there, is not a long time. And by the time you get to 70, if you haven't been taking care of your health previously, you know, obviously it's not likely that your quality of life will be great, right? I'm not 70 yet. My parents are almost 70 and they're in better shape than, you know, even people my age, right? So based on that lifestyle that they follow and, you know, I'm following that footsteps, I'm confident that if, you know, nothing goes awry outside of my control, then I'm looking to maintain the health that I have up to now. So let this be the sign, let this be the call. If you're not taking care of your health and wellness now, do something. And if you don't know where to start, ask for help, right? So that's it for now. Health is wealth. Get money. Even though things might be getting tough, just remember, it's just the warm-up. I'll see y'all next time.